Just thought I'd throw that out there. Before I go, there's also one more reality that's very real, and it's in every reality I see. While you're distracted by money they throwing at you, or lack of money, and locked in the house, take a moment and go outside and look up. You may catch something out of the ordinary. We all heard the talks of massive asteroids, Nibiru, second sun. Something is out there. I've been saying it for a couple of years. It's coming this way. The real question, what is it? Hey, this video was supposed to be done in May, but so many things happened to cause me to put it on the back burner. But of course I updated it. While we're distracted by what's going on the planet, they've been pretty busy above too. Are the elites hiding for what's headed our way? Is that the reason all the CEOs stepped down because of impending doom of an asteroid hitting the Earth? Seems pretty odd to me that they're trying to keep all their money for a world where it would be useless, even if it's digital currency. Are they trying to hide from Nibiru or second sun? That would make sense if they know. Soon they will no longer be able to hide it with all this chemtrail cover, and people will start to panic and go crazy on each other. Maybe, maybe not. None of us knows for sure. Remember we used to talk about this new white sun being a Mandela effect? I even did a video on it. Now with more information, that may not be the case. I don't know about you, but I've seen scores of pictures with two suns. You know you can't believe half of them. The others I won't believe until I see someone else's shot of the same thing. It's really strange to me, something like that, and there's always just one picture. Where is everyone else? They don't see that too? I want to believe, but they're making it so hard. At the time I wrote this, I seen a video that answered the question that always been bugging me. How come no one ever tried to fly above the chemtrails to see what they're hiding? Remember the pics I showed that the chemtrails are always higher than commercial flights to prevent them from seeing the sun? You know what I think? I think this planet X is already here. Think about it. The constant distraction to keep people from looking at the skies. And chemtrails for those who do. If you don't know by now, chemtrails always follows the sun. It's rarely if ever sprayed at night except just before sunrise. Somehow they feel the sun can reveal what's out there. These planes even fly higher than commercial flights to cover the sun. And the chemtrails always follows the sun because they're trying to hide something. Pretty blue over this side of the sky. And chemtrails cover the sun on this side. That's how they do. Good shot of the moon. It's like they're spraying a giant can of Raid over us. Blue. Well, somebody did just that. I was so excited. I believe this video is real. I was thinking, finally, how come nobody couldn't do this before? I always figured it was some regulation preventing anyone to go that high.
There's an object at the 1 o'clock position of our sun. And these clouds, layers of clouds, create a distorting effect, so you won't see it. Look at the 1 o'clock position. There is an object sitting right next to our sun. And most people will look up in the sky and not see this. Today is December the 5th, 2019, 8:54, Dallas, Texas. Look at the sky.
You see, this is what they're hiding from you. This is the reason the sun is getting brighter and hotter. Whatever it is, it's pretty massive, and they've been spraying for decades. They've been watching it for a long time. Now, for the sun to get brighter, it will have to be excited by something just as big or bigger. Can another planet close enough excite the sun? I don't know for sure, but I doubt it. It will have to be really massive. Not saying that it isn't, but right now, without more information, it's hard to see a planet that can excite the sun. Can an asteroid excite the sun? That would be one massive asteroid. An asteroid that size would take out the planet. Global extinction. Nothing would survive, no matter how deep underground you are. Now, another sun is very possible. Two suns will act like two magnets. The closer they are to each other, the stronger the magnetic energy, which would cause the sun to get brighter and hotter and would cause the Earth's poles to shift. So, is it another sun or another planet? Why can't it be both? As the story goes, the Anunnaki was mining for gold for their planet's atmosphere for protection against the sun. What sun were they talking about? Why would they need protection from our sun to survive when they're clear across the galaxy? For a planet to live and host life, it would have to have its own sun. Wouldn't they need a sun to survive their galactic travel anyway? It is said stars are born with a binary twin. So if this is the case, why would our sun be the exception? It will also cause massive vibrations of the entire solar system and affect things like the Schumann resonance. And apparently it hasn't hit its peak yet. If they've been spraying just over 30 years, give or take a few years to hide this, then this is just the beginning. Let me lay out a timeline for you to come to your own conclusion. As I mentioned in my previous videos that they are trying to hide the sun for some reason we haven't figured out yet, mostly by chemtrail cover. And whatever it is out there, that's what that Parker probe mission is really for. Now, on September 6th, the FBI evacuated and shut down the Sunspot Observatory in New Mexico because they discovered something they wasn't ready to see. There's two stories out there that saying they either evacuated the employees or they went into hiding underground. Wherever they are, they're being debriefed.
Computers haven't been around for a long time. And I think that what's going to happen is that as people get more comfortable with computers, the attention will turn from the Twitters and the Facebooks to very important things. So here's my first prediction. I'm going to predict that by 5 years, NASA will have found an Earth-like planet with Earth-like atmosphere and water on it, and serious people will start discussing how we get there. And by the way, they're going to use one of our machines to help do this. So that's my first prediction.
Check this out. You know this planet X makes its rounds every 3,600 years. You know the simulation is a gigantic clock, right? It makes a full circle 3,600 years. How many degrees in a circle? 360. What a convenient coincidence! So that means every degree is 10 years. Mind you, we're talking Earth years. Out of all the planets, how come this thing lines up perfectly to Earth years? See, these are the things that be bugging me. How could you not see that the universe keeps telling you everything is mathematical, like a simulation? There's no such thing as random when it comes to the universe. Everything is calculated to serve this specific shared reality. The moon lines up too perfect. Its rotation is perfectly timed with the Earth's days. Everything is too perfect, except people, God's greatest creation. Man, it's just too much. But I want to point something out. With this information of 100 years per degree, using basic math, we should calculate how long our guests will stick around. Using this model, if we cut this route in half, to go from one cross section to the other should take about 1,800 years, right? Now, if we cut that in half, from cross section to cross section should be about 900 years. And if we cut that in half, point to point should be about 450 years. If we cut that in half, point to point is 225 years. Now, according to basic math, this thing would be in our neighborhood and could be seen with simple equipment for at least 200 years. You think space travel is not happening now?
Importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the 6th branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement. We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force.
That wasn't a joke. More and more videos and images coming out about strange things going on in our skies.
Look at this shit. What the fuck? This is why they want us to stay in the house. This is why the fuck they want us to stay in the fucking house, nigga. It ain't the coronavirus, nigga. It ain't the radiation, nigga. It's this. What the fuck is this? What is this? What is that? What is this? Hold on. What is this? What is this? What is that? What is this? What is this in the sky right now? What's going on? They're not airplanes. They doing formations and shit. Like, what's going on? For real, for real. Somebody please explain to me, man. What's going on, man? Like, this shit crazy right now. What the fuck? Like, what the?
Look, nothing in the sky at all. Then all of a sudden, bam! What is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean. On a ferry. Nothing around. Look. Nothing around. No land, no nothing.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I know you see that.
Oh my gosh. Unreal. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like this.
You should have seen before. I recorded.
You see this?
I mean, they did say it's gonna be thunderstorms, but I don't think that's what that is, man.
What is happening?
Yeah, cause
Oh my god, what the fuck is
there's no clouds.
What is that?
It's just here.
Even activity on the moon. Shout out to RFG for this find. For long-time viewers know I keep saying to look up. I always take pictures of the sky, especially when it's a perfect day because we don't get many of those anymore. Kids today won't be able to tell you what's the true color of the sky because they spray so much. I take pics on heavy days too. You never know what you don't see, especially on clear days, like this for example. This video I shot with a GoPro camera on September 2016. It was a new camera and I was testing it out, and as you can see, poor quality. My phone was too old at the time to take good videos. As you can see, when you look up in the sky, sometimes you just might catch something. It was a lot of activity this day. First I caught this slow moving shiny object giving a red and silver reflection, but it looks white on the video. It's kind of hard to see. It was moving kind of weird. I thought it may have been one of those foil balloons that got away at first. Then I thought maybe it's a satellite because it seemed to stay in the same spot, even though it appears to be moving in relation to the moving chemtrail.
What is that? Right past the chemtrails. Is that a balloon?
balloon. But that's not all that was out there. That same day, on the other side of the sky, I caught this orb. This is when I realized using a GoPro was a mistake because it doesn't take great sky pictures and it was difficult aiming the orb looking at that tiny screen. I really couldn't pinpoint the focus, I just aimed the camera in the direction of the object. When I downloaded the video, to my surprise, it wasn't just one orb, it turned out to be 5. It could have been more, I was only looking at the one. The point I'm bringing this video up is to inform you not to be oblivious. Look up sometimes and have your camera ready. You never know. Here's another clip I just recently found that wouldn't made it if I posted this video earlier. This is from a Droid phone in 2013. Now this clip is as recent as of a week ago from a Galaxy S8. See how huge the sun is compared to today's photo? Wow. Now this is probably because of the difference in camera. Newer cameras have better anti-reflection coating on the lens. I won't know unless I use the old camera again. The reason I show you the clips is to see if you notice anything else that's off. The universe always shows you clues other ways when evil people try to hide things. It's always the smallest details. Look at it again. Got it? Stay with me. When I went to film the solar eclipse, I noticed I could see the moon crossing in the lens flare. Lens flare is your friend. I thought about that and started looking at lens flares in pictures. I'm going to show you that clip again. What do you see? What do you see different between the two lens flares? On the Galaxy S8, you see this extra, I'm going to call it an arc. You see this arc moves around when the camera is moved, going all around the lens flare. Now look at the Droid, and this is 2013. You see how the arc is staying in that same position no matter where I swing the camera? It always remains in the 1 o'clock position no matter where the flare is moved. That's an object. It was too bright out to see with the naked eye. It's been here, but of course they didn't want to take a chance on someone having special lens and catching it, so this is what they did 15 minutes after that shot. You can still see it. You can even hear me talking to myself about it.
The fuck these clouds come from? That's some bullshit. Unfucking believable. It's alright though.
UFO sightings have massively increased, and we're so distracted by the problems the global criminals put on us that we don't even care. The military put out a video a while back of a real UFO sighting and nobody cared. We've gotten numb to it. Now that we don't care to take notice unless we see it with our own eyes, outside aliens is just coming back and forth to this planet unnoticed. Don't think they're not. They are getting us used to the idea that frequent UFO sightings are normal, so we won't pay attention to the space travel that's happening in front of our faces. And this video is no different. Here's a random thought that just popped into my head while finishing this. While we're stuck in the house and keeping us distracted with chaos, we don't look up. What if we are disinfecting the whole planet and wearing masks to protect our visitors from all the nasty germs we have? They are now walking among us and nobody noticed because we're all wearing masks. Makes you wonder. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing your time with me.